This is the spot. These dunes are unreal. Oh my God, I love hearing the ocean. But why am I here? And how did I get here? Physically, creatively speaking? To answer that question, we gotta go back to where this all started. Before every creative photo shoot I do, especially on location, I scout. I'm not just gonna walk around with my camera hoping something works out. There's some time that's put into it before we get started. Today I'm taking you through the full process of how I find unique locations using just my computer and a little bit of imagination. Let's dive into Google Maps and start hunting for that location. First step is know what you're looking for. For this shoot, I wanted something really open and dramatic and natural. So of course I sought out the coastline, but I also wanted some kind of depth and texture to play into the concept as well, which is why I'm gonna look for some dunes in context with the beach. And I start with Google Maps. So a little pro tip, I use 3D or satellite view, and I also use street view sometimes, so you can just get a sense of the terrain and the elevation. I also search nearby trails and public access points to make sure I can legally shoot here. Once I find a promising spot, I save it with a pen and I'll add notes like check for high tides or golden hour lighting, something like that. Since this is a beach shoot along the dunes or the dunes on the beach, whatever you want to call it, I'm also going to note the tide charts. All right, now that I've got some leads, it's time to go out and check it in person. That's not good. Guess I'm not gonna have to find another location or another way to get there. Don't just stop at one spot. I usually pin more than one location in case something doesn't work out. You can always check Instagram or Flickr for geotagged photos and see what other photographers have posted at the site. I just got fully skunked. It's closed. I can't get out here. There's like no way around. So there's this one area that I had scouted on Google Maps that I wanted to go check out. It's got this like bunker that's built into the sand dunes. And I had visualized this for the shot. It was a good thing that I scouted more than one location for this shoot. The first location obviously didn't work out, so I had to defer to a backup. But before we get to the second location, I want to give a shout out to Wotancraft, who sponsored this video. The brand was started about 15 years ago, and they focus on making more like vintage military style gear that's focused for photography. So they do camera straps, really good leather goods. They make photography bags, travel bags that are both like satchel style and backpack style. In fact, the backpack you see me carrying throughout this video is made by Wotancraft. They had also provided me with a camera strap that I'm using on my Leica M11 monochrome. It's a really cool looking camera strap and it's in green leather. This is my favorite style that they make. It's a tapered leather camera strap, so there's a thicker part that goes just over the shoulder. And this is one of their thinner style camera straps. I have the thicker ones as well, but the thin ones wrap really comfortably around my hand. I love this green leather one. In fact, I loved it so much, I asked them to send me a second camera strap that I'm gonna give away to someone who's watching this video. So check out the link below in the description to participate in the giveaway. I'll announce the winner in a couple of weeks. There's just a couple caveats. You do need to follow me on Instagram, follow Wotancraft on Instagram, and then of course subscribe to this channel. Lastly, I do wanna mention the backpack. This is a really cool backpack. It's a 15-inch MacBook Pro. I can fit 2 Leica M bodies with lenses attached to them, and there's side access points to the camera out of each side of the bag, which I really like. There's room up top for extra gear. The bag is somewhat sleek and rustic looking. It's like modern, but rustic looking at the same time. It doesn't really scream camera bag, and that's usually the biggest thing I have about a lot of camera gear these days. It says steal me. It says I'm a camera bag. I don't feel like this one does. And generally, I'm not a fan of backpacks. I generally like to use like a Billingham or like, you know, satchel style bag. It's just usually quick in and out. But this one I think works really well for bigger duration trips where you're carrying weight for a longer period of time. It's got a bunch of these quick releasing accessories called their Armor series. I didn't think I was gonna like these because I felt like they were gonna scream like tech dad, like tech bro kind of meets like dad with too much gear kind of thing. Also, I just don't know if I would carry these around in like a busy city or in some places where it'd be really easy to pickpocket. What was surprising is I found them really useful, especially when just lugging a bunch of gear and trying to do a shoot. It like compartmentalized and organized a bunch of stuff. And I'm normally not like that. I really like ultra simplicity. In this bag, you can pare down and just have the side, you know, the front pocket that you can access from each side, and then your camera gear and stuff in the center. It's great. So check something like this out. Wotancraft is making good stuff. All right, I'm here. First impressions? This place is even better than I expected. I'm here early morning. It's super foggy right now. The sun hasn't broken out. The sun came up around 6:30, 6:45 this morning on my drive over here. And I knew it'd be foggy. Just, it's been a couple of warm days, and the marine layer always kind of creeps in the mornings after on a summer day like that. But I'm not too worried about that. This shoot is planned for sunset later this week, and we'll have some clear blue skies. The weather is trending to be super good, but it is foggy right now. So while I'm here, I'm just noting some of the best spots, like where I want to shoot. And more importantly, I'm pre-visualizing the shoot altogether. I'm also looking for distractions and things that'll just interrupt the composition. But just a pro tip, bring a notepad or your phone, and you can just, I don't know, record just things that are going to be important that you might otherwise forget had you not jotted them down. But I'm also thinking about logistics. Like, there's a parking lot about 20 minutes away from here, and I've got to haul quite a bit of gear. So I think I'm going to pack a lightweight kit for the shoot. It's just good to have like a notepad. This is my brain. I keep everything, all these ideas and concepts. What was I feeling, you know, when I just like showed up to the location, like, and what's happening for me right now. Having time on location like this is so crucial. If you can get to your shoot, like before your shoot, like not even the same day, but some time in advance to give you, I don't know, just to, yeah, have enough time to take it in and just think about what you're gonna do, what your goals are, what your intentions. All right, let's go hike down. Okay, now that I've scouted the location, let's put this guy down. I'm putting together a shoot list. I know that I want like a wide shot with the dunes and maybe the ocean in context with the subject, but then I'm also gonna want to there's a few tight shots that are on my list, and I'm journaling them to make sure I don't miss that. But there's like, I want some sand, like tighter shots with like sand textures. Maybe I'll use like some kelp as props or something like that. I definitely want like a silhouetted shot towards sunset. On that one, I'm gonna back off a little bit. I'm also planning my gear. Normally I would bring my film camera, which is a medium format beast, but for this trip, I think I'm only gonna bring my M kit. It's what I use predominantly. It's all I need for this shoot, and it's much lighter and more compact. Scouting isn't just about finding a cool spot. It's about planning how to use it. I'm checking the weather forecast for the next week and confirming the tide schedule to avoid surprises. When I scout in person, I bring my phone. It's got a camera, so I can mark and pin locations where I might have been, because it's hard to find later sometimes. I also can use it for making just reference shots. This kind of planning changes everything. It just lets you focus on your creativity and the job that you came to do. Plus, your subject will feel way more confident that you clearly have a vision in mind. The shoot's happening later this week, and I know this place is gonna deliver. So if you wanna step up your portraits and get more creative with your environments, it starts with the Scout. Scouting isn't just about finding location. It's about building the shot before you even hit the shutter. If you found this video helpful, hit the like, don't forget to subscribe, and leave a comment below on your favorite way on finding unique locations. Until next time, stay curious and keep clicking.